Okay, it's Trace. I don't know how to tell you this, but generally speaking, nobody knows whether to call me Andrew or Trey because my name is Andrew Carstairs the third. And, it's kind of annoying because, like, when my parents were alive, they used to call me Andy. And I don't like being called Andy because it reminds me of my dead parents. So, generally speaking, Trey is the safest thing to call me. If you call me Andrew and my middle name, then I'm probably going to um, write you down in my little black book of people who did things. Okay, so people want to know, like, am I still, like, delivering newspapers? Yes, I still deliver newspapers. They want to know what happened to my girlfriend Nadine. No, I'm sorry. Nadine is George Gross's girlfriend. I don't have a Nadine girlfriend. They wanted to know, oh, you wanted to know if I was gay. Well, it was a story I was telling you all about when I was working at this other place where I fill pop machines, and so I'm filling the pop machine, and then there's this office guy who kind of saunters over, and well, mm, I think he thought that I was a little bit that way because he just kept spending a lot of time, and I'm like, I'm looking at him and I'm saying, well, there's no doubt, like, this is like one of those kind of dancer fit kind of bodies, like they don't have any fat. They're not, well, dancer kind of fit. And, I don't know. I must have been like, I don't know. Anyway, I never went on a date with mm, that one, and I'm really not looking forward to meeting his. No, no, I'm not getting involved. Someone wanted to ask about if I stopped drinking because it was like, was that a couple of years ago, and I was doing videos and I was talking about how my life was getting my Mickeys of, well, Mondays through Wednesdays, I would buy Russian vodka. Not like Stolichnaya or anything, but like 5 star Smirnoff. At least I tried to get something that was made in Russia. But by Thursday, I didn't care anymore. It was basically, I had the dries, so it was like I didn't want to walk deep into the liquor store to go and search out the perfect bottle. I wanted a Mickey and I wanted it quick. So whatever was the closest Mickey to the front door of the liquor store was the one that I would grab, and then I'd go right to the cash register. I'd be in and out there in 2 minutes 30. And then I wasn't so dry anymore. I would have a couple of swigs right there out in front of the garbage can in front of the liquor store. Now, I was smart enough. In those days, I would bring a paper bag and put that around the outside, so it wasn't like totally obvious what I was doing drinking out of this paper bag. It wasn't the same as drinking right out of a Smirnoff Mickey, right? Tilting it right up. And delivering papers, I like to have like a little stockpile of booze in my pocket because if I got too cold and I couldn't stand it, I'd have to have something, a bracer. So I would get a bracer of, well, I don't like anything more than 40% alcohol. That overproof rum, it burns. I can't drink it. And there's no use buying like, 5% beer thinking that, I'm going to have a beer and I'm going to be like drunk or something. It's like, I, no, I mean, for me to get to the point on beer where I start to feel tipsy, 4 beers, and it has to be 5.5 or better. It has to be like full strength beer. Like a 3-2 beer from like um, Salt Lake City or something, at the airport. No, I cannot get drunk on that 3-2 beer that they have in like the Mormon states. I can't drink it. No, no, because then I gotta go pee like so much because it just goes right through me. But no, eight of those things would I be feeling tipsy? No, no. No, I'd be looking for a bag of popcorn and a salt shaker because I need to like draw the water out because I'd be like retaining water. I'd need a diuretic or something. But you can sit there all day in the Salt Lake City airport drinking 3-2 beer and you'll never get drunk. So anyway, and it's very heavy to carry around, like 24 beer in a pack sack. That's too heavy for me. When I'm carrying my newspaper as well, um, I don't know how much those newspapers weigh when I'm, delivering them. Because I do walk it, and I usually have like a pull cart. I put them on a pull cart behind me, and if it snowed, then oh, that's a bad day for me. Like if it snows and I got to deliver papers, because I can't bring my sled. That day I call in sick. I say, snow day. No, we're not allowed because where we are, we're expected to work even if it snows, even if there's like, even if you can't get your car the driveway because there's so much snow, you're still expected to be there. So you can't do that. But if you call in a sick day, then uh, why are you sick? I just got a really bad cold because it snowed and I get cold. I get catch colds one from people. Will say you get colds from viruses, not the weather. I'm gonna say no. Maybe for you, but for me, like a change in the weather. Some people get a headache if it's going to be like a major pressure change. For me, it's like it gets cold and it goes right to my bones. Like last week when we had a cold night, it was like below freezing. I got out my winter parka and I was still cold. So, you gotta have that bracer. And if you bring a Mickey of, somebody said Tennessee whiskey, um, like Jim Beam bourbon. Uh, um, well, somebody says Canadian rye whiskey. That's good. And not with ginger ale. No, don't bring pop. You just bring your Canadian rye whiskey or Wiser's that comes with like a black label. And plastic versus glass for your Mickey. A formal event, you should bring it in a glass. Always bring glass. Formal event like a wedding, and then you have it inside your breast pocket of your suit jacket. So that one, and otherwise plastic. Well, it's if you're gonna drop the glass, you're gonna lose your booze and make a big mess. So plastic, yes, but it's too tacky to bring to someone's wedding. Seriously, get a glass one, or if you're really classy, go to the secondhand store and find a silver booze flask. It has a top on it, maybe a screw top, and then what you do is use one of those things. You pour the booze into it, and it's made of metal, so it's not going to break. And you could have it made out of like faux silver, so it looks like it's real silverware. If you could get it at a secondhand store, you never know. You might get a real cheap one that's really authentic. But that's what they would have done. A real gentleman, like aristocrat. If you were John Jacob Astor, you would definitely have, like a finely Savile Row tailored suit from London, and you would have a silver flask made of, I don't know if it's 14 karat silver. What did they use? 10 karat? Was it the same thing as gold to silver for carats? And I don't know. But anyway, something fancy that you could bring your booze with you, and they have a matching one to put your cigarettes into. John Jacob Astor, and he was the founder of the Astoria Hotel, which was, I think, in New York City. Famous, wealthy socialite. Okay, what else were we going to talk to you about? No, we're not going to do that. But that's all I have.